Hello, Basic Brian here, and I'm going to talk about Record Store Day today, 2025, April 12th, I believe, and just some recent purchases as well besides that, and a mini beer review of a beer I never had before today, of Tajski, a Polish beer, which is essentially a lot like Stella Artois in my opinion, with its taste, and I really like it as a cheap beer and enjoying it. Have enjoyed it, but it's basically like Stella Artois. It's got a bitter aftertaste. It doesn't smell very good, but it tastes pretty good, and it's got a refreshing, not bad aftertaste that's a little better. So that's how I would describe this beer. It's pretty cheap. I don't usually see it in my state, but I'm pretty close to the Illinois state line, so I decided to try something new and try this out. A cheap Polish beer for 4 pints plus 500 milliliters. So yeah, but for Record Store Day, I did get 2 picture disc releases that do celebrate 40 years, 40-year anniversary for these things. Not exactly, but from the year it's been 40 years. So the first one is one of the cooler ones. One that I put in the survey that I wanted from the record store that I got it at. And this is, so I felt like I kind of had to buy this. I do have it on CD as well. It is the Kiers, The Head on the Door LP. Very good, great LP, one of their best. I would say I like Disintegration just as much as this, but I like this one more. I have more of a thing for this one, and The Head on the Door is my favorite Kier full length. But yeah, I got the picture disc of it. Looks pretty cool, even though it's kind of a not very aesthetically pleasing thing, but it's an interesting, more abstract thing, but it's from one of their best albums in my opinion. When you take it out, you got this, The Head on the Door. And then the B-side looks like that similar design, but with the track listing for the whole album, so that's nice. So yeah, that is The Head on the Door. I was also tempted to buy the Hindu Love Gods LP, which was released on LP, and I saw it at where I was for the first time in 30 years. It's basically an REM without Michael Stipe, the band instrument players with Warren Zevon, who I'm not that familiar with, but who is a very famous musician, lyricist, frontman. But I decided to pass on it. But what I got instead was another 40th anniversary kind of picture disc single. This is Starship from Jefferson Airplane, Jefferson Starship, with their single We Built the City, which was released in 1985. A very cheesy, I kind of like the song, but a lot of people don't, single from the 80s, but I highly like it, and I got a picture disc. I've been more into 12-inch singles lately, with remixes and stuff. There's a remix of the main song on here, and a weird other track that's kind of instrumental and atmospheric, which works on a 12-inch single because that's kind of what they're all about usually. Just kind of about jamming with the vibe. But otherwise, I did get this relatively recently, a Phil Collins 10-inch live from the board official bootleg with 4 tracks from the Both Sides tour. None of the tracks from that album, unfortunately, but still some stellar Phil Collins things, as I'm a huge fan myself. I will take probably almost anything, but this is some definitely crowd pleaser tracks: Suit Studio, Easy Lover, Separate Lives, and a cover of My Girl. The 2 tracks in the middle are more like soundtrack tracks, so that's kind of nice to have them, but I liked what I heard of this. I got this last year before this, so this was from the Record Store Day Black Friday. This was one of the many holdovers that didn't sell well, and they still had copies of this, so I bought it. I'm a huge Phil Collins fan, so I got it. Otherwise, I actually got this one recently. This was probably released in 2002 for Record Store Day, but this is a dub reggae mix of Bob Dylan's songs from his 80s album, Infidels. It took me a while to think of that, but of Joker Man and I, which are 2 key tracks from that album, good tracks. And we got 2 mixes of each song on each side, and I really love this. Actually, I think this was really amazing. I like what they focused on in the mix and the grooves and the mood. I actually like this more than the original. Sometimes the lyrics stick out more in the Joker Man version, in my opinion. I really liked this a lot. I was surprised how much I liked it, but I got this on clearance relatively recently, and so I'd recommend. So that's kind of got into my 12-inch single interest in a way. But some other releases I got recently are Duval, Oh Holy Night, the Smoking Popes members, some of them doing Christian songs in a pop punk kind of vein. So this was from Asian Man Records. I got this recently. And also I recently bought Dan's Boogie from Destroyer Music recently, release that came out last month on CD. It's what you'd expect from Destroyer, the atmospheres and the off-kilter lyrics and delivery. And I don't know what to say about it too much, actually. But the last thing I want to show off is another thing I got from Asian Man. This is the Lawrence Arms Ghost Story on LP with an alternate cover from originally. This is an LP that I got back in the day that I really liked. Well, I got it on CD, but this is the LP version with the new cover, and they're a punk band with 2 lyricists starting on this album, so you got a more gruff and a more soft singer. So I really like the band a lot. They're rough and gruff, but maybe generic, but I really love them, and I have nostalgia for it, so I got this LP. So that's some new releases and kind of a stupid beer review that doesn't even count as a beer review, but just a decent beer. Record Store Day 2K25. Take care. All the best. God bless. Cheers.